Okay, so being 7 o'clock, start the Conservation Commission meeting. Ed, Colleen, Terry, myself. The first thing is a public hearing, notice of intent for 314 Plymouth Street, commercial building.
Good evening, Joe Webby Engineering. And
Pass this to Terry.
this is 314 Plymouth Street, which is where Nezzarella's farm stand is right now. This is their building, and this is the entrance to Stop and Shop. And what the owners of the property would like to do is they want to sell the property. There's a buyer, and it's called True Storage, and they want to build a climate control all inside storage building. And so we had Brad Holmes go out there and look at the wetlands. There is an isolated wetland in this area between them and O'Reilly's, and we have a 50-foot buffer and a 100-foot jurisdictional zone. So what we would like to do, they want to build a 244 feet by 100-foot building that will be, all the storage will be inside. It's all climate controlled. And then we're going to have our associated driveways, paving, lighting, and then a detention basin in this area. Again, we're going to be respecting your 50-foot zone. And then we're going to be collecting water for stormwater management through a series of catch basins and manholes, and then discharge into the basin. This is going to be kind of like exactly what O'Reilly's did. This is going to be able to storage everything for the two 100-year storm events. Currently, we have had one meeting with the planning board for site plan approval, and they have sent this out to their review engineer to review the plan, especially the drainage. We are back on with the planning board August 23rd, so there's quite a while. So we've got quite a few steps still to go. One of them is we have to get a special permit from the planning board as well as site plan approval because the building is greater than 15,000 square feet.
Excuse me, Joe, wouldn't that be with the zoning board of appeals?
No, for that one is with the planning board, the 15,000. The one that we have to get for the storage building itself is through the zoning board of appeals. So we've got a couple more hearings to go. But basically we wanted to file to get this process started. And I think that's basically what we're trying to do.
Any questions?
I know there was some issues with O'Reilly. I know how's the storage going over there? I know there was an issue with the street and everything. Remember when O'Reilly first came in?
Trying to remember it.
Yeah, well, they said the water was running across the street from
that's right.
Walmart and...
I don't know. I did because I know there are catch basins.
I haven't heard any issues, have you?
Yeah.
But they actually, I mean, I've done a couple of heavy rain visits.
Yeah, I know they put a lot into their planning, yeah.
Yeah. My thought too is that you're really close to the 50-foot no touch. Now you're going to be able to, and once it's all completed, there will be nothing done.
No,
past that 50
we're
foot.
not proposing any more.
Anything close.
Any
Any
work.
closer than 50 feet, no.
Yeah.
We can fit it all on there.
Okay. Anybody here for this?
Yeah, me.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any questions?
Tina Alger.
All right.
Where does your basin flow into?
Well, we have our basin here,
Right.
obviously, and then it's going to flow. There's still a piece of land here that's owned by the whoever owns this one. It's a JCC, the two Peck boys, two Peck brothers, and then there's a ditch right there.
That's the last ditch.
That's the last
That-
ditch, right? Yeah.
That there flows down to my house
Oh yeah.
to
Yeah,
go to the country club. You know that.
yeah.
There's a problem there.
There always has been a problem, I
There
know,
has
but we're
been.
not proposing to have anything exit that way.
You're not doing anything with the ditch, you're not
No, I can't,
improving anything.
it's not on our property. It's not on this property, on this lot.
But it belongs, the ditches all belong to the Peck boys.
That's correct, yeah.
Well, if we've got a drainage problem there. Now, what does that have to do with the other project that's going in?
I have no part of whatever they're trying to do. The 40B,
Yeah,
yeah, no, I know that they're proposing that right in this area, that the road.
yeah, but it all flows down and back to what they call, some of it is wetlands. That wetlands flows onto our property, and those ditches flow to our property to get to the country club.
Sure, yeah, we're not, we're keeping on this lot.
Yeah, but you'll have an overflow on your basin,
It's an emergency
and it'll
overflow.
go to the back ditch,
Yep.
which comes down in back of us, which goes to the country club, which is plugged up most of the time, so the water is backed up. And it's just a continual headache of the water
Yeah,
between O'Reilly's and the bank, especially the bank. And you know the situation on the bank. The retention pond isn't big enough, it flows over. All that land in that area flows down to us to get to the country club. That's the problem. And that
Yep.
basin will flow into that back ditch. The back ditch is probably 3 feet, maybe 2.5 feet at the most in the back of our house. So it's overflowing. There's a problem, and you know there's a problem.
I'm not, but I guess
So
what I'm kind of
with this
getting
one
at.
here, so it would overflow just in emergency situations.
Right, yeah, this,
And how often do you think that would be?
well,
so
this is
every break
designed,
us,
because of stormwater management, we have to design this for the 100 storm event. And then as an overflow, it has to have, so that's a hurricane. This is designed for a hurricane.
Yeah, that's what the bank was, and that's what O'Reilly's was too, but we still have the water.
Yeah,
Is O'Reilly's running into your property? Because O'Reilly's supposed to
It all runs
not.
together. It all runs together into the back ditch.
yeah, when I visited O'Reilly's during a storm, they've got quite a catchment area behind the building.
Oh, I know, but
I mean,
it overflows most of the time.
Yeah, I didn't see it overflowing, but I would
Yes.
imagine that it seeps into the ground, it percolates into the ground.
It can't go anywhere because the ground is so wet. And the bank next to O'Reilly's is just the same way. Their retention pond is terrible.
I looked at it, but I didn't
know.
have anything to do with it.
I know, you didn't. I'm just saying, if the water is a bad situation.
I just wanted to look to see if I had, yeah, so this map, this is just the lot that my clients are buying. The ditch is on this, the ditch runs along these lines
right.
here. So we're still a good, I don't think it's 100 feet away, but it's still, this is 50. We're still a good 60 feet away from that ditch.
It's still wetlands behind there, behind O'Reilly's that's flowing into the wetlands.
O'Reilly's is here.
Yep, and Nesrella's is right next door to them.
Yeah, well, there's a piece of land in between that,
Right, but
yeah,
if
that the
the-
Peck boys own, this one here.
Right, I know,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, so I mean, well, that's,
There's a problem.
I don't think there's a problem.
Okay.
I know you live there.
I know, I live there.
But our drainage system is being reviewed by the planning board's engineer. So, I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, we can
Well, that back
crunch the
ditch,
numbers, yeah.
that back ditch is taking everybody's water. Everybody's water, from the corner, Montponset Street, all flows down into that area. And that all comes down behind us, and the ditch isn't big enough. John wanted to fix it. He has plans in the other 40B to fix it, but this is a different problem.
So when do you go before the planning board?
We were there on the 1st, and we're not, I believe it's the 23rd, or,
You go back on the 23rd?
yeah, I think it's in August.
board?
Excuse me, August 5th, August 5th.
Yes, that sounds right. That would be a Thursday.
So one thing we could do is just continue and have you come back after you,
Yeah, we have no
Good.
problem with that, yeah, because I would expect that, yeah.
yeah.
I know I walked in late, but the area the nice young lady across the way is speaking of does get extremely wet, and in front of those properties, even on 106, flood out. So, I've seen it.
Yeah, no, I've seen it, but you know what I mean, is behind Mrs. Aldridge's house, it definitely gets
Has
wet.
the town, I know they were talking about sewerage and everything else. Anything come about out of there yet? or?
About what?
Storage, like get rid of the water. They were talking about,
Well,
Trying
that
to
was
fix
the
that?
40B.
yeah.
If the 40B goes through, John
They'll fix
said
it.
that he wanted it fixed. He knew there was a problem for years.
Yeah.
And he was gonna fix it and gonna fix it, he ran out of money, and with the 40B, he was trying to fix it. And we don't know about 40B, as far as I know.
That's basically been continued, I believe it's going to continue to next year.
We seem to be the dumping off place. The town dumps, everybody dumps
Well,
in there.
if there are wetlands back there, our bylaw's 100 feet from them, correct?
We have the 50-foot no touch.
50 foot no touch?
Yeah, and anything within 100, they have to come before us.
Okay.
Kathy,
Yeah. So,
our next meeting after that would be August 10th. if you want.
okay, so
Yeah,
August 10th work? August 10th,
is
if we
fine.
continue to
Yeah, I get no
that?
vacations,
Me either. Anyone
not
make
this
a-
time of year.
Does anybody else have any other questions before we continue it? No. Make a motion to continue?
I put a motion that we continue this.
I second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. August 10th it is. Oh, what time?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Just so you know, Joe's here for all 4 of them.
Oh,
Oh,
cool. Okay, so for opening 7:10. Okay, we're ready. Let me get this stuff out of the way. I was trying to wait, I thought maybe you were ready.
Could I ask a question?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Could we be notified when these meetings are taking place so we can?
We don't normally, but I can try and just send you out another notice, but
But it'll be
right now it's set
August-
for August 10th at 7 p.m.
Okay. And what is the planning board's, the 5th?
I believe so, I'm not,
Yeah, I think Joe just said
the
the third.
3rd. I forget what it's.
August, it would be August 5th.
August 5th, yeah.
5th, okay. All right, okay.
Okay.
So we're all done with that?
Yep.
Okay.
We're not all done, you know that.
No,
Yeah,
for
tonight.
For tonight.
But for now, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good seeing you.
Yeah, good seeing
Okay.
you too.
Thank you.
So being 7:10, notice of intent for 7 Heron Road for a patio and staircase.
Again, Joe Webby, Webby Engineering, and with me is Dan and Mrs. Morton. And Mortons currently live at 7 Heron Road, and they have the existing dwelling. What they would like to do is build a little brick patio in this area, and also have a set of stairs going down the slope to the pond. We also have a diagram, a cross-section of what those stairs would look like. It'll be wood. Yes. Wood. And the only thing that obviously will be within 50 feet, but that's access to the pond, if you know what I mean. They live on a pond, they have the right to access the pond. basically, that's what they'd like to do, those two items. This does come under natural heritage purview. They're gonna review it.
Okay,
This does not,
Yeah.
because the natural heritage is just at the pond.
Is there any stairs there now going down, old stairs,
No.
anything? No.
No,
so what kind of,
just like a trail once.
Yeah, it's the dirt trail people made.
yeah,
I don't see a problem.
no, you'll just put silt fencing along the sides where you're putting the stairs in, just to contain
Any type of railing, or you mean silt fence?
Silt,
Silt
yeah.
Oh,
fence.
yeah, no, there'll have to be some silt.
silt fencing there,
Yes,
just while you're
Is
doing
that
the
not
work.
on the plan at all, Joe?
No, we didn't put it, we can certainly put it in. This I don't think will be a problem at all, because there's a retaining wall there. But yeah, we can certainly wrap that
Yeah.
with a siltation barrier, sure.
Anything else? Nope. Make a motion?
What's the motion for? The deck?
Notice of intent for the
Oh.
patio and the staircase.
I put a motion for notice of intent for 7 Heron Road for the patio and the staircase.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all set.
But
And I just give you.
wait for the paperwork.
Okay.
Good.
Just give me a few moments.
You gotta
Yes.
decide a few things.
Alright, so I'll just add in the special
The
conditions.
special conditions for the silt
Yeah.
fencing.
Okay, so you have to get sworn in first, so you technically can't be voting, or,
Just wait.
Okay.
Second and 30.
so it was 2 to 1?
Yeah, 2 yeses and 1 person abstained.
I know who that is.
I think their parents come in front of us, so.
Here you go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, tell me, Kat.
What?
Not that I'm losing my mind.
We should have one.
So, basically, I have to finish up paperwork. You'll get a copy, but you have a 10-day waiting period for anybody that wanted to appeal. And DEP has to be notified, and if they want to appeal, they have that 10 days. Once that 10 days is done, which is basically next Friday, then I can send it to the Registry of Deeds for recording. But I will need a check for $107 to do that.
And how about
Made out to the
natural,
Registry of Deeds.
how about natural heritage? Do they have to
We
wait
do
for
have to
that?
wait, yeah.
You have
we
to wait
actually
for
do have
that
to wait for
also.
their comments or concerns or anything like that, so nothing can really be done until that.
Okay.
Do they have a 60-day, 60 days, right, to review?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's 60 days, but they don't take that long. Yeah,
I know, I
this-
think it
this
used to be
is-
30, but
This one here is a different issue, but.
So we don't have to sign anything tonight, we're just waiting for the
just-
paperwork.
Yeah. that's
Yeah.
right.
And we're just bring that check by the office here? Okay, very good, thank you.
Have a great night.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good seeing you.
Welcome.
Yeah, all set?
Take
Next
care.
one,
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah. So, 7:20, have public hearing notice of intent for Wood Street, Lot 6, for a new single-family dwelling.
I put the, this is lot 6, 279 Wood Street, the dwelling is right in here, that the Bootmains lived, and this was part of their property, that they're trying to subdivide 2 lots, which would be lot 6 and lot 7, and I put these together just so we could kind of see how this all works together. The Winnetoxet River is on this over here. We have a top over the bank, mean high water, that was delineated by Brad Holmes. We have an associated BBW in blue, and then we have 2 riverfront, the first 100-foot, the inner riparian and the outer riparian, and we also have the green line, which is the 100-foot from the BBW. We didn't put the 50-foot on here because we're not doing any work within the first 100 feet.
Okay,
Because that, with the new lot in a riverfront, we can't do anything. It's kind of like you're no touch. This is the state.
the state's no touch, okay.
We are allowed with an alternative analysis, which we did turn in, and we also turned into the state, we are allowed to disturb 10% or 5,000 square feet within the 200 foot and the 100 foot. So right in this area, if we just talk about lot 6, I have it here someplace, my disturbance. Oh, don't tell me it's underneath. Okay, it's a this one's around 3,400 feet. This one is a little bit less. I think it's underneath here. Do you have a copy of the one that I did put together? I can get that.
You guys just signed the
system.
We wait for you.
That's
why you're-
The lot 6 is 3,680 square feet, and lot 7 is a little bit bigger, I believe.
Yeah, so
That's why
this,
you're never going
yeah,
anywhere.
this one's gonna be, this is approximately 3,600 square feet within the outer riparian zone. And I know we're not talking about lot 7 now, but that's gonna be approximately 34. So basically, that's what we'd like to do, is we would like to create 2 lots with 2 buildings, 2 septic systems, and, driveway, and a limited backyard. We're proposing to not do any work within 100 feet of the BBW, which is the green line, so our work is only going to be between the inner riparian and the outer riparian zones.
So past that green line is the no touch for the state?
Well, this,
No, it's a
100 foot is the...
Oh, that's a no touch for the state.
This, technically, we could apply to do some work in there, but we can't exceed the 10%.
Okay.
Well, the 5,000, 10% would be greater than the 5,000. These septic systems, just so I can add this as, these lots have been approved at the Board of Health for the septic systems, and that's all.
Okay. Anybody have any questions about it?
No.
No? That looks good to me. Any motion? Everyone looks at Ed.
Yeah.
So it's for a notice of
So the
intent.
inspector and everything has gone by this, and
I'm sorry?
the inspector has gone by, approved this, or
Well, this,
just proposing right now?
you guys are the ultimate approvals on the conservation. And the riverfront, as long as we supply the alternative analysis and you agree with that alternative analysis, then yeah, you have the right to approve it. The Board of Health, the soils are fine, it's perked, it's all upland from the blue line to here, so it's not like we're
You're not in
anywhere
wetlands.
near a wetland, if you know what I mean. There is a tiny little, I think it's on this one of these, right in front, there's some road drainage that spills in, but Brad said it's not a wetland. But other than that, it's all within an upland area, actually pretty nice woods. The state did issue SE numbers today. It took them a while, but they did today.
Yeah, we will have to wait for NHESP though, right?
We do definitely have to wait for the natural
But we
heritage,
can,
right?
Okay.
according to their.
So we can approve it pending NHESP?
And my client has no problem at all with that, because he wants to sell these clean, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice of them.
Yeah.
So this is just 6, or we're gonna do 6 and 7 together?
Do we have to open up
I
for
would do-
seven? We'll do one
I
at a
would do them
time?
separately.
Okay, so we'll do, this is number 7 that we're doing, right? No, number 6. This is lot 6 we're doing now.
Okay, for lot 6 on Wood Street, new dwelling
Do the notice of intent.
with notice of intent,
Pending the NHESP.
anything NHP, was it?
NHESP.
Geez,
I'll
that's
let
a
you
quick
know.
patience.
And second,
And I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And then we'll just open up for lot 7. And same thing that you pretty much said already, right?
Yeah, lot 7, we have a little less disturbance, but other than that, basically it's
Same
the
thing.
exact same thing, right? Yeah.
Okay. Motion?
Colleen?
Colleen?
I'll put a motion of notice of intent for Wood Street Lot 7 for a new single-family dwelling.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
So who seconded it?
Yes.
Ed?
Thanks.
All set.
Also with the, waiting for NHSP.
Yes, same thing with that one. Pending additions.
Just get the paper so we don't lose anything.
Thank you.
Joe, do you have the green cards for lot 7?
I did,
Oh, did you-
Oh, they're all
I sent 2 notices out because I'm cheap. In the
In one envelope?
In one envelope, yes.
Okay.
Those things get expensive.
Yes, it can.
Oh, thanks. I like that one.
I like that one.
Looks good.
Too late, I already ordered it.
Well, thank you.
Just give me 1 second, I'll get the next one going.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
You
You
too.
too, Joe.
Okay, so the next thing is the
Anarad?
Anrad, yes, Mr. Casagrande. He has the property right up the street here. It's an Anrad. We did an order, an ORAD, about 3 years ago, and he just wants to extend it.
Oh, okay.
So nothing has changed. I have a statement from the engineer that the delineation remains accurate, which is a requirement to get this letter
Yeah.
for DHP, that nothing has changed in order for us to extend.
And where is it?
It's right
Located?
there, it's on the side of the road, down the street. It's kind of like, it's after the red farmhouse.
So it's Plymouth Street?
Yes, on
Before-
Plymouth Street. I think it's right before or right after that insurance company.
Paul Rec?
No, well before that. The other insurance company. Well, maybe it is Burke. No, it's not. It's a different insurance company. Anyway,
Hey, so what-
Yeah, it's, we know it's on Plymouth Street.
So how long an extension do we get?
we can do up
Another 3 years?
to, I think we can do up to 3 years.
Okay.
The original order of conditions, you can do more than 3 years, but we don't normally. But usually the extensions are up to 3 years. And I think they can do it. I think they can only do it once.
Months.
I don't know all the rules.
Okay.
So, but if you'd like to do that,
Yeah,
that
that's
would be
easy.
up to you. And also
Yeah.
we, no, the delineation hasn't changed, so it's just a request.
Yeah.
I put a motion that we extend the INRAD for Scott Casagrande on Plymouth Street.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then 740 was canceled, Terry?
Yes, he wanted to come in to just talk about a fence that would be, I guess, close to the lake, and he called and left a message this morning that he was going to not come in.
Okay. And we have minutes.
What's the date for the minutes?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's
Come on in.
from
Oh, I'm sorry.
Franklin Street.
Yep, you can.
Oh, sure. discussion.
I think I met everyone here with Kathy.
You want to do the
Hi.
discussion
Nice to
first
see you.
and then the secretarial? We can change that up if you want.
What?
We can have him.
Oh,
Yeah, we can discuss with him.
Yeah, definitely. So what's up?
So I think weeds control was the issue. We had a lot of weeds growing in between the rows and underneath the panels. So we requested the Conservation Commission permission to basically treat the weeds. And that was, I think, back in end of April when we got the approval. And we did the work about 2-3 weeks ago. So at this point, we have all the weeds removed from under the panels and between the rows. And we're just waiting for dry weather to seed the site. And I think it was 2 weeks ago when Ed
Yeah, I went out there, got the Colleen.
were on site.
Yeah, we went by, my impression was he was only supposed to cut it. And
Cut it.
obviously he removed the soil, made a couple piles,
Right. We have
removal of the soil. Is that still there, the soil?
It's still very much there, yeah. So I think the communication gap was in the interpretation of weeds treatment. What we were told was we can control weeds. We can perform. We have approval from Corner to perform control on weeds, and our idea was to do a permanent solution rather than a temporary solution. So we basically had to go all the way down into the roots and take out the weeds and rake that whole area so that weeds don't grow again. And if you've seen that site, it's like very swampy. It has like a very high water table. So if we did not do that, it would be a recurring problem, and we wanted to basically deal with it entirely. That's the reason we kind of made it.
Yeah, so what's your plans now, that you removed all the soil? So you have you just gonna leave it all like that? Because weeds would just automatically go back naturally.
Yeah, they will.
Right, so the plan is all the pre-existing weeds have been removed, raked, and now we're basically going to go back and throw fresh seed and throw some hay and basically wait for the grass to grow back again. And whatever we have taken out, we found an EPA approved facility in Haverhill, so that's where we're planning to dump the excess that we've taken out.
How much soil will you be taking out? Because a certain amount you would have to go to the Board of Selectmen for a soil removal permit. So you need to let us know how much that's going to be.
Gotcha. Do you know how much that quantity would be? Or?
I do not know offhand.
Because it's not a lot. I can try to come up with an estimate, but I don't
It's
think
not like dump trucks full.
No, it
No.
might be one.
Yeah, might be. I don't even think one full dump truck, honestly. It's little. Yeah. But I can also share information of that Haverhill facility. Supposed to
Do
be.
we want that? Info on the Haverhill facility?
Yeah, I think that'll be fine at this point, because it's just a mess, so
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with that.
I was just gonna add, are we, for 269 Franklin, are they still following the amended conditions from July 23rd of 2019?
What were those conditions, you know? or-
Terry had emailed me to them, and after the site visit, I had just made notes off of
Yeah, what was it?
them, so.
Yeah, I think the amended order of conditions was because they wanted to cut the trees. Remember, they wanted to lop them off. I think that's what the
Right.
amendment was. I don't think it
Had
had.
anything to do with the, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big amendment, that was long.
Yeah, I just noticed when we were there that after reading them, that outside the fence line, that there were tree trimmings left, and a few other things that they weren't fully completed on that amended one.
You say some of the trees weren't fully cut, or?
No, and it said that they should have been removed.
We were actually asked to leave the tree
I thought,
trimmings.
Okay.
I thought it was
To leave that.
requested.
Yeah, because we wanted, like, I think I mentioned that,
Right.
like, animals and.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because we're going back and forth, once you remove it, then I think,
we decided to keep it.
Keep it
right?
there, I believe.
Yeah.
And that other tree by the.
It's still there.
It's still there. We haven't touched it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one odd tree got left off inside
Yeah.
the fence, and it's like right next to a battery container. So we were not very confident that it should stay there.
Yeah. Okay, so that area that you disturbed, you're just gonna reseed it and then
Yes.
just
Yes.
maintain that and just.
Yeah, basically maintain. So what we've done is like we've graded it back to avoid. There were a lot of puddling all throughout the site, so we tried to regrade it, remove weeds and reseed it again. So like as soon as we have a dry weather, probably by next week we'll be done with the whole thing, and we won't have any activity on site, and just basically wait for grass growth again. And I guess that's a good segue in talking about like what would conservation's expectations be in terms of closing the permit.
Certificate.
What
The certificate
I
of
guess
compliance.
once
yeah.
you see the grass take,
Got it. So I think certificate of compliance, request for closing or certificate of compliance was already sent out by the engineer. And I believe the issue was conservation wanted to see that the trees are, we have about 38 trees, I think, pine trees, spruce
By
trees.
next
By the neighbor, yeah. So I think
Yeah,
conservation
so
wanted
we
to see
have
if those trees hold up, and they have held up. Not a single tree has died, so we haven't even had to replace any trees. So I think that was the only caveat. But then while we were waiting, we encountered the weeds issue. So we said, okay, let's go back and fix this issue while we're waiting for the trees to,
Yeah.
I have all the paperwork, this is the as-built, I have the certificate of compliance request, so
Yeah.
we have all the paperwork, so if you guys just wanna.
So you plan on doing it all if we get some dry weather coming up?
yeah,
Yeah, we're just waiting for dry weather at this point.
yeah,
So, maybe like
One more visit, make sure.
in the fall.
do a visit in
Yeah.
the fall, see how the grass is.
That sounds good, because
That work
then
for you?
the grass will have taken by then and,
Makes sense. The only request I would have is, so just to give you a background of where I'm coming from the company's point of view, we finished the project last year, December, and we have switched on the plant as well. It's producing as we speak since January, so it's been 6-7 months now. So we are trying to close the permit, not to wash our hands off the project, but basically so that we can show the client that this is a milestone and we have achieved it, and there's usually a sum of money associated with that. So what we are trying to propose is we'd like to close the permit with the conservation, with the caveat obviously that we're going to take care of the site and maintain that 100% grass growth. So what we can offer is do a bond if that would work for you, which basically would say that, okay, the value of the bond would be probably decided by the board. Or if you want, we can offer a value as well.
A couple of months, is that a big deal to not close the site? 'Cause we like to see.
yeah, I would rather wait until.
Yeah, I mean, we'd still be waiting. It would be sort of a conditional sign-off where we are offering a bond of say $50,000 to $100,000, saying that, okay, we'll come back if you guys don't see X percentage of grass growth in the site. We'll come back, and if we don't, you have the bond. So obviously, we want to get the bond back from you. We don't want to lose $50,000 to $100,000. So it's just a conditional sign-off request that we would prefer than waiting, because it's something that we've been trying to close for a while.
Yeah. I just prefer waiting
Okay.
until
Yeah,
the fall.
a couple more months.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this
Good.
point.
And if you actually, if you see it really start coming in, say like in a month, just give us a call, we'll come and check it out then.
Right, and you've been very responsive.
Yeah,
Yeah, so-
we'll come sooner if it's still
If it's
set.
sooner than
Got it.
Yeah,
fall, we'll come out, but we want
Got
to
it.
see it.
Yeah, I agree. It's an easier way to go about it than
Yeah.
from the beginning.
Yeah, because we weren't too happy when we saw,
Right.
we walked into that
yeah.
Right.
It
situation.
can get a little complicated collecting the bond.
True.
You have to go with the
Yeah.
tax.
And it would take a couple of months.
You have to
And it's
come
only
in.
2 months.
You're gonna have to commit to actually do a request an inspection in order to get your bond back anyway.
Right,
So it
We'll
just
probably keep it
creates a
open
lot.
longer.
right.
Go that way.
Okay. So basically, whenever we see good grass growth.
Yeah, give us a call and
We'll come out and take a look.
yeah,
Okay,
all right?
sounds
Then
good.
we'll get this certified.
Right.
Okay, cool. So all we need is an inspection, and in terms of documentation, everything is submitted.
Yeah, everything, just, all right?
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank
you.
Nice
Thank
meeting
you.
you finally.
Nice seeing you.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to do some of the minutes and stuff like that? or-
Sure, want to approve the minutes for,
What's the date?
let's see, so you were here, and Colleen was here for,
5/25?
I have June 22nd here.
Yeah, but June 22nd, June 8th, and
Oh, but We have to have everybody here. Chris isn't here, right?
The other three aren't, right?
The other two are. And Kim,
Oh, you weren't here, so that one we'll wait on.
okay.
So do May and June 8th should be,
Chris isn't here. Do we have to have
right,
Chris?
but you have Kathy.
Oh, we have three.
Yeah, we have three.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we'll do the June 8th.
I say approve the minutes for June 8th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, perfect. And that one will wait.
And sign.
I already signed it.
Thank you, good.
May 25th.
I didn't have the, do I have the May one here? Oh, I do. Okay.
Thank you.
And make a motion for May 25th.
Promotion, we approve the minutes for May 25th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay, bills minutes.
Sure, you do
Put a
those.
motion that we pay the bills.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we have, certificate of compliance for
Follow.
Fuller Street. We do have he sent in, this is the certificate, he sent in a statement and a as-built.
Oh,
That's
okay,
been
this is the
completed.
one that was the aspect, okay.
Anyone wants to peek at it? All the work has been completed significantly in compliance with the original plans and all conditions issued for reference.
So I can see it.
And you want this?
What's that?
No?
Yeah.
Hold it.
Hold it up, that's the top.
Hold it up. Hot sheets is good. All right.
Motion on this one?
Yep.
I put a motion for certificate of compliance at Fuller Street.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Is it this one?
Not sure.
Yeah.
Is it?
Perfect.
And then we have
Yeah.
107 River Street.
Yes.
What's going on there? Forget it.
Discussion
That
and
was-
vote.
Oh, this is the one we went to there, the solar field, is that it?
Yep, that's Mr. Grant's property, the first inspection we did that day before Franklin.
Oh,
I thought he did a really nice job.
yeah, he was good.
The only thing I noted about over there was that the solar farms, the way he's doing it, would make a fantastic host property for beehives to help with, you know, our nation's declining bee population.
Did you mention that to him when you were there?
No, I didn't speak to Mr. Grant. I thought about it after the fact, and I didn't know if we were allowed to ask him or not, and I wanted to wait to the open meeting and get Terry's wisdom on it.
Well, I think he has to see us about it, the other solar field.
Oh, we don't know.
Hopefully. Oh, he's mentioned it.
I know.
As a member of the town, resident.
So who actually went up on that one?
I did, Ed and Kim.
Okay.
I put a motion to the compliance at 107 River Street.
Second.
All in favor? I think maybe you could check with the Plymouth County Beekeepers Association.
Yep,
Check with them.
Mr. Toomey is a big, does beehives here in town too, and always is looking for host spots too.
Yeah, because when he can then approach them.
Yeah, there's so many options.
Yeah.
But
Okay, what else we have
Just hopefully
here?
they don't make a nest of the transformers out there.
That is pretty
Right.
much it.
What?
I don't
So
have
that's why I wanted
agenda,
everybody
but
else's
I'm
wisdom.
not, it's not because I work for,
Amanda.
I deal with
Oh, the
transformers.
letter. Oh, and then we just had,
Hornets love those things if they're, where the heaters, the sun's beating on it. Open that up with a surprise.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Done that a few times.
and this is the letter, you emailed this to everybody, right?
I did.
Did everybody see the letter for Zero
That's okay. I better just.
Monpont? This is the letter to send out to them. Really, once they get the Anarat, all the area, all the activity is outside the 100, then they're all set.
Yeah. Anything else? All right.
I don't think so.
I learned a lot at Zero on Ponset Street.
Yeah, that going on there. I put a motion that we adjourn?
Oh,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
But before, when I was in my interview, I was appointed 2 to 1 of Selectman Andrews abstained. But during the interview, not that it was a question for me, but a question for conservation, I said
Yeah.
I'd bring it up. He wanted to know how Conservation Commission advertises for associate members. And then what the plan
never
was,
have.
what the plan was going forward to do so. So I didn't know if we should put it on as a next meeting agenda item and maybe get some clarification from Charlie.
I know in the past, I know they've put it on
I
the
think they put it on
fire
the-
station.
Put it on the fire station board, yeah.
I've seen it
And on the
there
website.
before, on the website.
Yeah, I seen it on Facebook. It's
I
nice.
saw it on a flyer on the door when I came in. That's how I ended up stopping
Yeah,
by.
I think Charlie has put out on the website a couple of times.
Yeah.
Anytime that, well, especially right
Yeah.
now with everything going on, anybody interested in these, and he was just listing what was open.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we've done in the past. And-
Yeah, same as the rest.
Yeah, whenever, if we have a full board, okay, we don't really have to advertise it. or-
Yeah.
Yeah, because now that I was appointed to a full board member, we'll need a new associate member, right?
I don't
We
think you
don't
have to have
need,
one.
but we can have one. It's like we've had up to 2 in the past.
Because you never know.
Yeah.
It
Alternate.
just gets a little
Yeah.
crowded.
And they,
Okay.
yeah.
I
But,
mean, but that's completely up to you guys, how you want to handle it.
yeah.
And again, I don't know how much longer I'll be doing this anyway, so. I've already sent him a letter of resignation.
What?
She's, yeah.
Can we,
I'm just a
a
little-
motion to adjourn and,
Can we have
Put
motion
a
to
motion-
oppose that?
I put a motion that we adjourn for the evening.
What, second
Second.
that? Yes.
I'll second that.
Yes, there you go.
All right, well said.
You were seconding the